And I think it's recording, Liz. So, hi, everybody, and welcome back. And my next author is Elizabeth Gagnon. And Elizabeth wrote in both books. So she wrote in Sacred Heart Rising, Book 1, Breaking the Silence One Story at a Time. And she's also now written in Finding Your Wings. And they are two very different stories that Elizabeth has shared with us. So I'll let blah, 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 if I can get my tongue back in my mouth. I'll let Liz introduce herself and tell you a bit about who she is. So take it away, Liz.
Okay, my name is Elizabeth Gagnon, and I'm from Cornwall, Ontario. I have 7 children, including my stepkids, 4 of my own and 1 who has passed, which you'll read in the chapter, so make sure to get a copy. I volunteer a lot, and I'm also the founder of Miss Liz's Tea Parties, and I'm also the creator of the Miss Liz's, not Miss Liz's,
It's a tongue thing right now.
I know, it's just like, the Teabag Story Award. So that's a little bit about myself. So,
well, that's good. That's good. So you have now shared in both books, and they're 2 very different stories. So how has your life changed from sharing your stories?
Oh my goodness, from sharing in Book 1, huge difference in my life. Doors have opened up that I would have never expected to open up. I've become known as a spokesperson for my area, for making a difference and being a change maker. A lot of people are always saying, well, come on, if Liz can do it, we can do it. So so Liz has got to stay on her toes a lot. So but yeah, no, the sharing in Book 1, huge difference. Sharing in Book 2, I found a little harder than Book 1.
Yeah, it's a different story in Book 2.
It is. And just the title of Book 2 as well, Finding Your Wings, goes so good with my chapter.
Yeah.
So hats off to that as well. It's almost like another sign, like Book 1 was breaking the silence on abuse, and Book 2 is breaking the silence on grief and showing that there's different struggles in our lives, but through positive change, you can make a difference. So
yeah, that is true. I always said that you can always take a negative and turn it into a positive, and it's like turning that light bulb a little bit different and looking at things a little bit different and looking them as blessings instead of curses, and look at them as healing journeys instead of the disaster that we've had in our life. And that's what I always said when I shared my story. I wanted to take something negative and turn it into a positive. And I didn't really think about how it was going to impact me when I did that. I thought of how it was going to impact other women who wanted to share their stories, who wanted to break that silence, and how can I help them? And in the end, it ultimately helped me too, because I became a different person, and I see a huge difference in you, Liz.
Oh my God, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, who the heck is this chick?
Well, and you even flew for the first time.
And I'm flying for the second time this year, so it's like, whoa. The nerves are starting to come back again, but I'm like, nope, I did it once, I'm going to do it again. So
Yes. So if nobody knows, Liz flew for the first time to our summit last year in May when we were honoring all of the authors in book number 2. And I met her at the airport, and that's the first time that I had met Liz. And again, we had connected over the internet and become very close in that aspect. So it's always interesting for me to meet the authors for the very first time. And it's like we're old friends, we're sisters or something. It's
yeah.
There's quite a connection that we all have.
It was almost like a movie scene. Like when I seen you, I ran. I was like, there she is. Like,
so much. The Bo Derek, minus the.
Oh yeah, I was like, where is she? Like, and then I seen you and I ran.
Yeah, it was quite the day that day. So what was your purpose in sharing your story? Why did you decide that you wanted to share it with the world? Because that's exactly, in essence, what we've done.
Yeah. For me, it was for healing purposes.
Yeah.
Number one. For me, it was to get stronger. And it was something I knew that had to come out. With sharing in book one, I knew that there was another chapter that needed to get out there. Yeah. In more detail. Like I got into it a little bit in book one, but in book two, I wanted to really express how I was feeling and the regrets and the sorrow and emptiness that I felt. Mm-hmm. And when people look at me, they were like, well, this girl's got it all together. I have my moments where, you know, there's days where I need that push and I need that support. And by sharing in a book like this is the support from the sisterhood is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You know, and I really love that you have not only women, you have men as well in the book, you know, because we all have a story.
We all have a story, and we all usually have more than one story. I mean, I know that I have a lot of stories, a lot of stories. And I mean, and it's a part of life's experiences. And I've always said that when you have the first traumatic thing happen to you, that directs your life down a certain road.
Yep.
Versus if you didn't have bad experiences happen to you, then your life would go down this road and you'd have those experiences. So we just have to recognize.
But it's a choice.
Yeah. We have to recognize our journeys for what they are, because they're there for a reason. You know, I can't take away what had happened to me, and you can't take away what has happened to you no more than I can fly to the moon.
Yeah.
But what we can do is change it into something positive, something that we can help other women realize that, gee, you're not alone, that this isn't an isolated incident, that this is something that has happened, and it happens more frequently than we want to admit.
Yeah.
It happens. And it happens to men as well as women.
Exactly.
You know, nobody's immune in this world of stuff.
Well, I think my number one thing for sharing, Brenda, is just having somebody read my chapter and say, you know what, I don't feel alone. Like there are people out there like me, you know, and I can do this too. Like I can get through this day by just reading that chapter and saying, wow, I don't feel alone.
No,
you know?
That's exactly it. Because until you share, you are alone. You feel alone. You isolate yourself. You don't want to tell anybody what has happened because, you know, frankly, you think nobody cares. And like Rika said in her thing, you know, like people say, well, we don't want to hear about it, you know, and how many times have I told, well, suck it up, get over it. It's easier said than done until you know, go on to your own journey of healing. So I applaud you for your courage, my dear, in sharing both very difficult stories and being a voice for those women that don't have one right now. And hopefully they will read your chapter and they will gain courage and strength and inspiration from the journey that you've gone through. So thank you for that. So besides your stories, what else do you have going on in your life? Because I see a lot of posts on Facebook that you're here, you're there, you're going out with your girlfriends, you're wearing goofy glasses, you're doing all kinds of stuff. So what is the new Liz? The Liz,
oh my goodness, the new Liz is out there.
The new Liz is definitely out there. Because when I met you, Liz, you were not out there. You were pretty scared, pretty closed off, pretty vulnerable. And now you are this, if I say it correctly, this kick-ass dynamite woman who is wanting to take the world by storm.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I have people that say, how the heck do you keep going? I see you all hours of the night and you're just promoting, pushing, doing stuff for everybody else. When the heck do you rest, girl? And I was like, you know what? There's something in me that just needs to keep moving. And whether it be an inner strength, inner child, whatever, there's just something in me that just will not give up.
Well, and I think because you've kicked all of the shackles and the chains off your past, you feel free to be able to move forward and to be able to go into those new horizons that you never ever thought possible.
Yeah.
You know,
And I'm not scared of a no anymore. Somebody tells me no, I'm like, okay, not for me. Go another way. Like,
you know me too long, Liz. No, I don't know what that word means. No.
no.
Well, it has been an enjoyable time watching your journey, and I applaud you again from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done, everything that you do for the bereaved families that you have in Cornwall, your Miss Liz Tea parties and your story awards, because Liz did not tell you this one thing, that she does have women who get tea awards because they share their stories. And she has a small little platform where women come and they share their stories, and they get the tea story award, I think it's called.
The tea bag story award. And I've also had men speakers as well, as because I don't want it to be only women. And my next tea event will be children. And what I do is I bring awareness to services and raise money for them and their programs. Because bereaved families in Cornwall is all run through community donations, so there is no funding for them. So I push that service really hard, because that service saved my life. Like, you know, I give kudos to that service 100%. They made a difference in my life, just like Sacred Hearts has. And for me, anything that has helped me, I want to help back.
And that is truly commendable, because it is inspiring and it is fulfilling to be able to help others through your own journey.
It is.
Yeah. It is.
It's like a connection, right? We're all meant to join for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Liz, what was the purpose, besides going on some healing journey? What did you think when you were going to write the story would happen when you wrote your story?
Oh, the first time I didn't think it would be this big. Honestly, I thought my story would be out there. I'd sell a few copies and I would just get stronger. But the journey that you put us authors on, wow. Was not prepared for, but you know what? The new Liz can handle it. So yeah.
Well, and the old Liz, she jumped in with both feet. I mean, she was.
Oh my God, she was scared, but she did it.
There for what you got yourself into, but yeah, it is. The cream rose to the top, as they say.
Oh my goodness, yes. It
has been quite the journey.
It has been.
Yeah.
Like, and the journey is a good scare. Like I said, like last year, it was a good scare. This year, I'm like, what the heck are we getting into? But with Brenda, with you, it's amazing. Like you surprise us all the time. Like amazing.
I said to somebody today, I said, well, we're going to do this on this day, and then I have a surprise for you, and we're going to do. She says, "Oh, you always have these surprises." Well, this one will have some surprises that are going to be for all of those women who shared their stories. Yeah, there's some surprises that are going to be happening for everybody. So.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to see all my sisters. Like, I miss you guys so much. It's like I feel like I'm the little sidekick here. Like, I'm in Ontario, everybody's out west, or everybody's connected somehow, and I'm like, oh, I'm over here, I'm a little birdie, come and get me.
Well, you are probably more connected than you probably realize. Even though you are in Ontario, you are heavily connected to everybody. So distance doesn't make a lick of difference when it comes to the Sacred Hearts community, because we're just like all over the place.
Oh yeah, and yeah. I'm strong on the connection. Like yeah,
you are
with all of. And every new author that joins on, I'm like, hey, add me.
Yeah. Well, the Sacred Hearts community is such a different feel. It's not like anything else. I don't know how to describe it myself, because, I belong to lots of groups and things like that, but nothing like the Sacred Hearts group. No. There's just nothing like it. And it's from all of the people that are making it unique in how it is, and it's because we've all shared our story, we've all put ourselves out there, and said, I can make a difference. We're all heart-centered in what we want to do. We're never once saying, well, what's in it for me? We're always saying, how can I help you? And I think that's what the big difference is the ones that are really connected into this are, how can I help you? And I think that is fundamentally the biggest difference in Sacred Hearts.
Oh my God, yeah, big difference.
Yeah, big difference. So, well, Liz, I am looking forward to seeing you in, what, 2 short months?
Yeah.
3 short months?
I know, I have to put my wings on again.
Get those wings on, girl, because you're going for a fly ride. And it's going to be an amazing event, the summit this year. And I will post the link for everybody to buy the Kindle or the book above this interview. So everybody get out there and get your copy so that you can read Liz's story, and you'll be able to actually get a copy of the other book if you want also. So I'll post all of those links there. And
which I have right there.
Yes, there you go. Here we go. Yeah.
And then I also have the Sisterhood book there.
The Sisterhood book. Yeah, the book that changed everything.
Yeah,
I must say it is phenomenal. So again, we'll see you probably in about 6 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dear, take care, and we will see you soon. And thank you very much for everything that you do to help other people and for sharing your story.
Anytime.
It has changed the world for a lot of people. So much love to you, Liz.
Much love to you too, Brenda.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.